Hey, what's going on? Robby Blanchard here. Have you ever wondered if becoming a millionaire actually changes you? Well, let's find out in this video. What's up guys, Robby here. Hope you have an amazing day wherever you are in the world. And I'm super excited about today's video because we're gonna talk about something that I've been getting asked quite a bit recently. I've seen a lot of comments on my YouTube, past YouTube videos about this topic. I've seen some of my friends have been asking me about this as well. And actually, I used to think about this as well, in the past, few years, probably 5 or 6 years prior to having my success. And so I wanna talk about it today and I wanna share what I think is the answer to that question. And before we do though, guys, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button on below this video somewhere where you can get notified of every single video that we release on this channel every single week. Now, just so you know guys, we spend a ton of time and effort putting this channel together for you. And the reason why I put this channel together for you is because I want to show you how to have more success online, how to start out, tips just to have success, and just so that way you can see what's possible, right? Because 6 years ago, 7 years ago, I didn't have an online channel, nobody knew who I was, I didn't have an online business, and I was really kind of struggling, right? And so, this is kind of my way of giving back and offering free content for you guys so you can learn, you can grow, and you can get out of your comfort zone, okay? So make sure you hit the subscribe button right now. So anyways, guys, let's get into it. So the one question I've been getting asked quite a bit from a lot of people is, Robby, does becoming a millionaire actually change you, right? And I think it's a fair question to ask because I used to wonder this question myself, right? So when I was, back when I was 18, 19, 20 years old, I remember being a personal trainer, right? And so I had my own little personal training business, and what I did was I'd go to people's houses and train them. And most of the people that I trained were millionaires, right? They were very, very successful people. One person was an early investor in Facebook. One person owned 180 McDonald's, if you can imagine that. Just imagine how much he's worth. Another person had a garbage disposal business that they sold to Waste Management for 9 figures. So I was around some pretty successful people. And so in my mind, I was always wondering, does it really change you? Obviously, they had big houses and they had a lot of successful things and all these things around them, but does it really change you as a person? And so I wanted to kind of cover that today. And I think the answer is it depends, right? And I think it depends on one of two things, right? The first thing it depends on is how you got to become a millionaire, right? So I think that if you're someone that you won the lottery one day, you went to, the local packy, or you went somewhere and you got your scratch ticket and you opened and you did the scratch ticket, you got your quarter out, did the scratch ticket thing, and you ended up winning $1 million, chances are it's probably gonna change you quite a bit, okay? So that would be the first thing I would say. And the reason why is because, you didn't necessarily earn that $1 million, right? You won it, right? It fell into your lap, okay? And so what happens there is, typically, because you never had any experience with a lot of money, you never had any experience with what it takes to be kind of managing all those funds, you do silly stuff, right? You buy things you probably shouldn't buy, you spend money when you shouldn't spend it, you don't save any of the money, you just kind of blow it away, right? And that's why you see so many people that win the lottery and you're literally tens of millions of dollars, and within a couple of years they're broke, right? And the reason why is because they don't know how to manage it, right? So I think for sure in that aspect, yes, being a millionaire can definitely change you, right? I also think that a millionaire doesn't have to change you, right? I think for most people, myself included, I didn't get $1 million that just fell into my lap, right? It didn't happen. It would have been cool, but never happened, okay? What I had to do is I had to do it the hard way, and I continue to do it the hard way, which is just working every single day, trying to find a way to help more people make a bigger impact with what I do, whether it's Commission Hero or outside of Commission Hero. And when I do that, guys, that's gonna allow me to have more success because I'm helping other people have success. And so because of that, because I started from with nothing, because no one's ever gave me a handout in terms of my business or anything like that, that allows me to have more appreciation for the money that I've made over the past couple of years, right? And continue to make, right? So that's super important too, guys. Remember, as you're going through this in your business and in life, and when you on the journey to becoming a millionaire, or most importantly, having success and making an impact on other people's lives with your business, right? Just remember that that's okay. You don't have to have it fall into your lap. It's never gonna be just an overnight thing for most of us, okay? And that's probably a good thing, right? So that's gonna allow you to, step by step, learn how to go through stuff, learn how to make mistakes and recover from them, learn, how to invest your money, learn how to save your money, learn how to invest more into yourself, into your business, and that's gonna allow you to have a lot of success. And for the most part, that should not change you in your success. And for some people it does. Some people I see, some people go out and they buy the Lamborghinis, they buy, the crazy houses. And honestly and truly, that should not, be something that defines you, and that should not be something that material things shouldn't change who you are. Okay. For me personally, I've always, I remember my dad has always told me that, when you die, you can take two things with you: your name and your reputation, and that's it, right? That's the only two things that people are going to remember you by. And it doesn't matter how much money you had. As my dad always says as well, there's no U-Hauls behind hearses, right? So that doesn't matter how much money you have at the end of the day. What matters is how much of an impact you can make in other people's lives and what you did while you were here on earth. I think that's super important. And so for me personally, that's why, I never get too full of myself. I always try to stay as humble as possible. I always try to realize that, that what I have could go away in with the snap of a finger. And that's something that I really, really try to protect and just realize every single day, because when I do that, and I also realize that, the people you pass on the way up are the same people you pass on the way down. So it's really, really important to be very thankful for what you have. And sometimes that can be hard for people, because I think most people think that, when it comes to being when you're successful and when you're driven as a person, like, you're never satisfied where you are. You always want to keep pushing. But sometimes, guys, you have to allow yourself to realize, like, hey, I'm very thankful with what I have. Of course, I want to keep pushing. Of course, I want to keep driving. But at the same time, I need to stop and smell the roses and realize how grateful I am and how thankful I am for what I have. So for me personally, it hasn't changed me. I do know some other people that it has changed quite a bit, which is unfortunate. But I think at the end of the day, guys, it really comes down to, I think, money, and I think success and everything. I think it amplifies who you are as a person anyway. So if you're somebody that was probably not a nice person and you have a bunch of money, guess what? It's just going to amplify that, right? And I think that's something that is just something to be aware of, okay? But I will say this though, I think being a millionaire and having success and doing what I've done and seeing other people, I think it does change you in the way that you are able to do more stuff, okay? And what I mean by that is I'm able to do things I could never do before, right? And that includes obviously, traveling and things like that, but it also includes being able to give back, right? And it's a vehicle. Money is a vehicle that allows me to make a bigger impact in people's lives. And so I've been able to donate more to charity. Like just recently, we were able to donate some money to a bunch of this fund for small businesses that were struggling because of everything that's going on. So there's a lot of stuff I'm able to do that had I not had success, had I not been in the position that I am now, I wouldn't have been able to do that, right? So I also believe that I think that everyone should always strive to make as much money as possible and be as successful as they can. I think that's our responsibility, and I think that's our, we have to do that. I think every person needs to do that. And if you're somebody that doesn't want to make a lot of money, that's okay. Make a lot of money anyways, and then give it all away, okay? Because if you have a skill, if you have something that you can share that's gonna help a lot of people, then you need to go ahead and do whatever it takes to give that out to as many people as possible. Because if you don't do that, guys, I feel like that's selfish when you're not trying to be as successful as you could be, right? So I think it's important you always try to reach your potential and then beat your potential, okay? And so that's what I would say, guys. When it comes to becoming a millionaire, I really think that if you are in the day-to-day grind like I am and like many, many people are that are watching this video, then that's not going to change you. Just remember, the most important thing, guys, is remember to stay humble. Remember to always be hungry, right? And just realize that this stuff is very fragile, right? It could go away at any time, and you need to realize that and you have to kind of live like that with a chip on your shoulder, because when you do that and you get complacent, that's when things go kind of south, right? So remember, guys, always be humble, always stay hungry, and when you do that, you can have a lot of success. And I think that will not change you at all, which is at least not in a bad way. So so that's my advice when it comes to answering that question of, does being a millionaire change you? I think the answer is no, it doesn't have to, but if anything, it should change in a good way, being able to give back, being able to impact more people, and be able to make a bigger difference in the world. Hey, thanks for watching my video. If you liked that video, then you love the free gift that I have for you in the description box below. It's a free strategy call with my team, so you can learn exactly how to make money online, how I'm having success, how my students are having success, but how you can have success too. Now, guys, as always, if you love the video, do 3 things for me right now. Give me a thumbs up, show me you love the content. Also, post your questions in the comments below, because I love to answer your questions. And finally, guys, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because every single week we're pumping out new content to help you make more money online. So that's it for me, guys. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon.